Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're doing well. Today I've got an IPA for you from BREWDOG, and it is their Elvis juice. One of their core range, been around for ages this one, and I've never got around to reviewing it for some reason. So yes, BREWDOG's Elvis juice. It's a grapefruit infused IPA coming in at 6.5% ABV. It says so there. 330ml bottle. This one's available everywhere. I think pretty much every supermarket you go into. Pretty much every supermarket you go into now sells BrewDog beers, and Elvis juice is always one that's on the shelves. So yeah, so Elvis juice, juiced up, ready to roll. BrewDog have had loads of trouble over the years over the use of Elvis's name on this one, and it seems to be a legal issue that BrewDog aren't in any particular hurry to give up. So one side of me is thinking fair play to them, the other side is thinking why would you bother? But there you go. So a grapefruit infused IPA with Elvis's name on it. Let's get this 6.5% grapefruit infused IPA out of its bowl, into my glass, see if it's any good. Not much jumping out in terms of the aroma from the bottle. Aggressive pour. It's developed quite a nice looking head to start off with. There she is, the BrewDog Elvis juice. I like the colour. That kind of has a very traditional kind of British IPA look about it. That's like sort of chestnut, dark amber look to it. Slight haze to it, quite hazy. Can't really make out the carbonation on it. I'm trying to look at the head, which is maintaining, to be fair. It's a solid sort of one finger of slightly creamy looking white head on it. It looks good. It looks good. Let's get me snout in. I'll see what sort of an aroma we get. Subtle grapefruit. Not a lot else, if I'm honest. It looks lovely. It looks the part. But that aroma is very weak. There is the BrewDog beer cap. I'm sure you've all seen them. But yeah, really, really subtle aroma on this one. Tiniest bit of grapefruit and maybe a slight sort of caramelly, sort of sweet caramel, sort of a malt aroma to it. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. Quite a full mouthfeel on this. It's kind of chewy, if that makes any sense. It's not a straight wash down your back of your throat type beer. It clings. I feel like it's clinging to my palate. It's clinging to my teeth and clinging to the top of my mouth and my tongue. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. It looks the part. Nice bit of lacing on the glass there where it's clinging. It just doesn't taste of a lot at the moment. Subtle grapefruit. I feel like I'm getting a slight kind of marmalade, orangey marmalade type flavour. But it's really clinging. It's chewy. It's like a chewy beer. It's really clinging to my mouth. Really clinging to all my taste buds. They're struggling to decipher particular elements because it's all just kind of. It's just like an explosion of texture, and sometimes when you have a beer that's kind of too thick and too chewy, it kind of blinds your taste buds, you know. This is a strange one. Grapefruit. Best way I can describe it is marmalade. Slightly sweet yet bitter citrus flavour, but it's subtle. Like I say, there's nothing really jumping out. On the back end, very subtle bitterness that marries quite well with that sort of grapefruit and slight marmalade flavour that I refer to. But there's nothing really jumping out at me in terms of flavour. The main element of this beer for me is the texture of it. The way it really coats the palate. Yeah, grapefruit and marmalade, that's all I'm getting. Grapefruit, subtle orange, slight sweetness, citrus dryness, subtle bitterness. Yeah, I'm assuming this must sell pretty well, this one, because it's been around for donkey's years. You kind of, for me, when I think BrewDog, I think Punk IPA and I think Elvis Juice. There's them two kind of solid core beers from their range that you just kind of refer to. Smiling beers, I can't believe it's taken me this long to review, but it's obviously been a while since I've drunk it, because this is probably why, because it's a bit of a bland beer, to be honest. But you might think completely different. It's not unpleasant at all. In fact, I could probably understand if people quite enjoyed this. It has an almost subtle sort of old school bitter type flavour to it. Just doesn't have the mouthfeel to go with it. There's malty notes to it. There's you know, subtle citrus fruit notes to it. It is quite drinkable, but there's no real flavour profile that I'm going to remember from this. All I remember of this is it being slightly citrusy and it's going to chewy. The texture's weird, and I don't mind that as long as there's a good flavour to go with it. And this is subtle in every sense of the word when it comes to flavour. Grapefruit, and there's a subtle orangey marmalade-y type flavour to it, and a very subtle bitterness due to a combination of the grapefruit and marmalade at the end. Yeah, for me that's a bit forgettable, to be honest. BrewDog, Elvis Juice, what would I give that? I think I'm gonna go straight down the middle with it. It's not bad. It's not unpleasant. But would I rush out to buy it again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But like I say, you might think differently. So I'd be intrigued to know what you think, because it's been around for a while, and I have spoken to people who say they really enjoy their Elvis Juice. So you know, let me know what it is about this beer that that you like, if it is one that you really like. Because I always love to hear from you guys. So yeah, BrewDog's Elvis Juice, I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10. That's just another bang average BrewDog beer for me. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, guys. Until my next one, you take care.